Hello and welcome to High Spirit Blog's travel vlog. Our videos aim to help you in every step of the travel experience as we provide tips and tricks to get the most out of your traveling. Now in this video, we'll give you all the tips you need to know when it comes to how to travel with a dog. Now airlines aren't just about cramming people onto flights nowadays. There also seem to be more dogs on board than ever before. And as more dog owners see pooches on planes, more want to bring their own dogs along too. So how does one travel with a non-service, non-emotional support dog? Though it's more complicated and of course more expensive than flying solo, it's not exactly prohibitive in terms of costs. You just need to follow a few steps. So here's everything you need to know about flying with a dog, from booking your flight to landing at your chosen destination. So of course, firstly, always remember before you take your dog on a flight, and even before you consider your different journeys, research into your options. Look for non-stop flights with no plane changes and avoid flying during holiday periods when airlines and airports are busier than normal to minimize the risk of your pooch having anything go wrong. Is your pet flying a cargo? If you're in warm weather destination, look for early morning or late evening flights when the temperatures aren't so high, and in cooler climates, airmark flights in the middle of the day when temperatures are warmest. Of course, once you now have booked your flight, do make sure you get in touch with your airline. So if you're planning to fly with your dog, booking online probably won't really be an option. Most airlines only allow for a few dogs per flight, so you need to call and make sure that the plane has space for you and your dog before you book. For this reason, always make sure to make reservations for you and your pet at the same time. And typically, airlines charge an additional £100 to £500 each way, but check with the airline for its specific policies. Another important thing to bear in mind is to take your dog for a health check. So once your dog has its ticket, do head over to the vet and get a health certificate stating that it's healthy enough to fly and up to date on all its immunizations. The certificate is only good for 30 days, so you'll need it for both your departure and return. And if you're planning to leave for more than a month, a second visit to the vet whilst on vacation may be necessary. While you're there, talk to your vet about how to feed schedules with your pet, and of course how dogs should fly, and always remember that dogs must fly on an empty or nearly empty stomach. Now when it comes to preparing your dog to fly, a checkup from your vet is usually a good idea before flying with your dog. You might need a certificate of veterinary inspection to fly, in most cases signed within 10 days of travelling. Feed your pet lightly on the day of travel, no sooner than 4 hours ahead of time. You don't want to have any potty mishaps in the car, train or airport. Dogs can go anywhere from 6 to 10 hours without food, so do bear that in mind. And also, don't change your pet's food prior to a flight or give him any treats, or her, as they might not have the stomach to withhold this food for the duration of the flight. Now, when it comes to preparing your dog to fly, exercise your dog as best as you can on the day of travel, and then as close to flight time as possible, find a place for your dog to take a walk, relieve itself and get some fresh air. Options might include a walk around the hotel, parking lot, finding a park on the way to the airport, or using dog-friendly facilities at many airports. PetFriendlyTravel.com also maintains a list of these by airport for both the US and Canada. Now it's important to note that the once common practice of sedating your dog is no longer advised. The Humane Society doesn't recommend giving sedatives to pets to travel, but check with your vet if you have any questions. There can be a number of problems with sedation, including breathing issues, the dog's inability to react if the crate is moved around, and a reduced ability to regulate body temperature. In fact, some airlines ask you to sign a statement that your dog has not been sedated before a flight. Now make sure you follow these steps at the airport. When you check in, the desk agent will ask whether they can see your dog's health certificate and then determine whether it can come on board or if it must be checked onto the cargo hold. If your pet is small enough to fly with you, you'll head to security, and once at security, deal with your shoes, jacket, laptop and other items before tending to your dog. Then remove your dog from its kennel, carry it through security while the kennel goes for an X-ray to speed things up. You may want to remove your pet's collar so that it doesn't set off a metal detector. If you're checking the dog, make sure to attach a current photo of it in the carrier, as well as a small bag of food so that airline personnel can feed it in case of a long delay. Also, on the slim chance that you don't have 700 of them on your phone, make sure you have a current photo of your dog so that it's easier to identify should the airline misplace your pet, and this of course is when you have checked it in. Now, when you reach your destination, make sure you pick up your dog immediately. So once you arrive, take it for a walk. It's been cramped as you have been for the last few hours, and it likely wants nothing more than fresh air and stretching its legs. Though the process of getting your dog there might be complicated to the home and where you are on vacation, once you are on vacation with your best friend, you know it was totally worth it. So that's all. If you found this video useful, would love it if you gave this video a big thumbs up, and do consider subscribing to the High Spirit Bags channel for more travel tips and information for different journeys. Also, don't forget to visit highspiritbags.com. There you can find lots of travel bags and accessories that you can use on your different journeys. Thank you so much for listening.